Welcome, everyone. I'm just getting everything settled. Let's go ahead and invite everyone. All right. Sir PT, are you there?
Good evening. I'm here, M. Can you hear me?
I can hear you so well. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
This is another episode of our Exceptional Spaces. I hope so. Welcome,
For
everyone. I
sure.
see we have Rich here. Thanks for showing up, man. Daniel, you're doing an amazing job with Blondie in the community. Who else is here? Rio, welcome. All right. So, yes, we have a few good things that we want to talk about today. I'm going to turn the music off. Okay, here we go. We have a few things we want to talk about today, and one of which would be the development team has actually surpassed the expectations of Sir PT, our lead, as to what will be released this Friday. So, we're going to be talking about all the features that will be released this Friday and will be usable and functional for the alpha testers. Um, I think that's a big topic, and we should start with that. And then there's some other minor things that I would like to talk about. We'll add them into the mix as we go along. So, welcome everyone. Welcome, Sir PT again, our lead. Let's just jump right in.
Absolutely. Let's go. So you mentioned about the development of the alpha testing release or the closed alpha on this Friday, and I remember that we spoke about that on the last VC and what was expected to be tested on the for the closed alpha, which would mainly revolve around some buying tokens, selling tokens, and approving to the MEV bot, which were the main basic functionalities that you would expect as a skeleton version of this type of bot on which we can expand on after that. But I'm very pleasantly surprised, like you mentioned, on the development, and the development team is actually very good in iterating their development tasks and planning these. They're very meticulous, and there will be quite a bit more features already in the closed alpha that we can expect. And obviously, during the closed alpha, development still continues. So that's actually very
Why
great.
don't we go ahead and post that list in in the chat, and so everybody can see it, and then we go through point by point, because it's quite amazing the amount of features that are actually ready and that will be testable on Friday. So could we go ahead and post that in the main and pin it so everybody can see it, and then we can talk about it?
Yeah, for sure. I think Rio has the has it
1
prepared.
second. Okay, I posted here,
Awesome.
posted it, pinning it, local. Okay, so everybody can see it now. Let's go through the list and talk about it, okay? So you're mentioning here wallet management features. You're mentioning import wallet, generate wallet. Let's talk about these points, because as far as I was aware, and what you were telling me, is that there will be a fixed wallet that cannot be changed, and for the testing purposes. But it seems like there's a lot more happening already. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. When you start to interact with the Telegram bot, you have two options. That's one, import a wallet, which is what's known to most. It would require to import a private key and import that specific wallet to interact with. And generate wallet is it generates a wallet and shares the private key of that specific wallet in the Telegram bot. Now, mind you that during this closed alpha, I think I mentioned this on the last VC as well, we are still developing the secure private key management. So we would still generate fresh wallets or import fresh wallets that will be funded by the project. So no outside funds are at risk whatsoever. So these are the functions: import a private key or generate a wallet. And once you have, and it's funded with ETH, you can do all sorts of things with it. Obviously, you can transfer it to a different wallet. When you press wallet management, you see the ETH balance, and you also see the token balance that you have on that specific wallet.
Okay, that's great. So it will also pick up whatever tokens I buy. Like, even if it's like a very low cap kind of token, it will still pick it up and show me the balance of it.
Yeah, especially if you've bought it via our trading bot, then you go to wallet management and you would see the ETH balance, but also the token balance. And to be quite specific, you would see the public address, the public key of your own wallet, the balance you have on ETH, and then you have a list of tokens in there as well. For instance, exception token, you see the token name, the contract address, and the amount of accept tokens that you have on balance in that wallet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will it show a P&L already?
For this iteration, there won't be a P&L just yet, but it's pretty high on our list, because it's a fairly important feature for when you're trading tokens, obviously. Right. That we would need to include in the database the moment you've bought, the price, etc., and then calculate the P&L based on current statistics.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good. So, okay, we have that. I see that. So I'm in the app, and then I can I find my contract. I put the contract in there, and then I can I guess just swap the amount of S that I want to swap for, and then I have that token, and then what? So that takes us to the next list of features, I guess. That's the MEV features, right?
Yeah. So I think if we skip a bit, if we go through the logical process right here, it would actually be like wallet management features. Then we would go to the tradeception features, which are on the bottom. And after you've bought tokens, you would go to the MEV features. So if we skip a step, go to the tradeception features, you would have that. There's a manual buy button. You would paste the contract address, and then it asks you how much you would like to buy of that specific token. Now, for instance, if we would have a specific token that you paste the contract address for, you would have the options to buy either the set option would be like 0.0 or 0.1 ETH, like 0.3 ETH, 0.5 ETH, 1 ETH, or an X amount of ETH that you can press, and you would input in the message bar the amount of ETH you would like to buy of that specific token, or all ETH for the true hardcore people that would like to go all in on a specific token, for example.
Oh, here's a feature request that I'm thinking about that I really miss in Maestro, which is, so often, or every so often, I end up flying too close to the sun and I end up running out of gas. So it would be great if you can add a threshold, a minimum threshold of ETH that the wallet retains. So if you want to buy I don't know, an ETH worth of some kind of token, and then it will give you an error if you don't have 1.1 ETH in the wallet still. So you always have some gas buffer in there. I think that's a really great feature to have. I haven't seen that in any other bot, just as a side note.
That's a good one. Let me write it down real quick. So say safeguard for let's call it flying too close to the sun.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually a very good feature. I must say, I agree.
Yeah, it is a good feature. I mean, I've been missing that. I told okay, well, since we're talking about features, there's one more, which is nuke all tokens that you have in that wallet, which I'm also missing. Like if I want to just get out of all positions at once, that would be another nice feature to have. But anyhow, that's another call we can do where we
similar to a duster,
also
right?
invite. What's that? Excuse me? Okay, I was just going to say that that's another call we can do where we can invite the community and start bringing in feature requests for the future, where the community can help develop the software in their own liking and in their own usage.
Oh,
way.
Absolutely. I think that's perfect if we do that. So especially if community members already have suggestions for specific features that they're missing on other platforms, please feel free to either post them or right here under the spaces or in the Telegram group as a suggestion, and I'm sure it'll circle back to the development team.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's a really, really, really nice thing, because I mean, it's done with the users in mind. So that's great. So okay, we have buy and sell tokens. We have view holders. What's that about?
Yeah, there's certain data that's already collected when you paste a contract to buy. So if I would paste a contract to buy in the Sniper Tradeception, the Sniper bot or the Trader bot, you would basically get some basic data right now. And this is, remember, this is like skeleton bare bone, and we'll expand on this as we go along. So it would showcase the token name, the amount of holders that are currently holding that token. You would see the contract address, the LP address, on which DEX it's actually trading and what pool type. For instance, Uniswap V2 or V3. The amount of liquidity at the moment, tags on the token, links to DEX2 and DEX Screener, and also whether or not it's safe to buy or not. And that data is actually collected from honeypot.is, if it's a honeypot token or not.
Oh, very good. That's very good. Those are good informations to have.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what? So okay, let's say I bought it and then I have it in my wallet, and well, before I buy it, I see all of this information, and then I can do a quick check, and then I buy it, and then what happens next?
Yeah, you have the option to trade, obviously. So you can sell the token again, and it has this similar amount of statistics, and you can select a certain amount of tokens to sell, or sell all of these tokens. And that's what's available right now for the token. If you select to sell, it would send a prompt like an approve transaction message, where you can either confirm or decline the approval, and after that you can confirm or decline the sell. Now, this will be more streamlined as we go along through the alpha and beta testing, where you, for instance, could select to auto approve a token when you buy it, or anything that speeds up the process, that you don't have to click again to confirm or decline. It's all that the user can set certain specifics. So either somebody could set it up for speed and efficiency, and they click something and it happens immediately, and others might want to be a bit more secure to not accidentally fat finger and nuke their entire position.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I think after that we would have the MEV features, and you would have the option to approve a token to the MEV bot, and you would click approve, paste the contract contract address of the token you would like to approve, and send an approval transaction. There's a list of approved tokens that you have to the MEV bot, and of course you can revoke the approval to the MEV bot. So you could either, if you don't want to have that token, you could choose to revoke the access for that specific token, if you would like to do that. But also you're free to sell the token at any time, and then if you've sold or liquidated, if you're liquidated your position, obviously the MEV bot can't use your those tokens anymore.
Okay, so you don't need to first revoke before you sell. You can just sell and then that's done.
Yeah, some people like to revoke the approval, and for instance, if you're actively trading the token and you don't want it to be used by the MEV anymore, if you sell the token, it can't be used. But if you rebuy it, that approval is still active. So
Right.
it depends on the user preference. Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Okay, very good. So you also spoke to me about, I think that's good. Did you want to add anything to this? Because I think, what we spoke about on Friday last week when we introduced the release, the coming release, like you said, we just said you can buy and sell and approve approve and revoke. We didn't even speak about revoke. We just said you can buy and sell and approve. That's about it. So there's obviously a whole list of other things that are here. Is there anything you would like to add to this particular conversation?
Not at the moment, and there are a list of other features that are being worked on, and these are the ones that will be available in the closed alpha. But if other features are ready and can be rolled out in the same closed alpha testing, we will. So this list will only grow between the closed alpha and through the closed beta. So we'll keep adding in features and functionalities into this, and obviously also based on the feedback. But for this, I have no further comments at the moment.
Okay, excellent. So there was another feature that you spoke about, or we spoke about recently, that you would like to add into the whole suite of bots, which is a launch feature for teams that would like to snipe their own launches, or make their launch secure, as to say. And I want to just mention this as a side note, because I often see people fudding teams that snipe their own launches, and they're like, well, they snipe their own launches, they're going to dump on you and all of that stuff. Well, the thing is, with launches that are not sniped by the team, and if the team doesn't hold sufficient supply in order to uphold certain price levels, and also have supply to protect the chart, then it's going to be someone else that snipes it, and those other people, they probably dump their holdbacks on the investors sooner or later. So best case scenario is a trusted team that gets in on block zero with as much as they want to get into, and then they push the floor up, and then everybody else gets in. And as long as the trusted team is actually well trusted and doesn't start unloading their own bags, then that's a very good solid foundation for a successful chart. Now, that is a concept that is oftentimes easier said than done, because there are lots of snipers out there and they usually front run the team, and then you got a lot of people slipping through, and then you have a lot of uncertainty, and oftentimes charts just die. But you have a technical solution to make that not happen. Or to say positively, you have a technical solution for the team to be the very first to get through, and then everyone else. And so I would like to talk about that feature that we've been speaking about, that is actually quite a good thing for teams to have.
Yeah, sure. So I think before going into details on that too much, I think it might be good if I explain our ethos a little bit on our own launch. And we've considered multiple options when we launched our token, for instance. And I think I've mentioned this before, that we were offered to do seed sale, private sale of the token, etc., and go with the high valuation and that route. And I believe it was in CF Spaces that I mentioned this. That would target a whole different market, and we've developed an NAV, but we are a
So I'm not sure what just happened, but I think you broke off, sir. You may have lost connection, so I'm gonna just wait for you to come back. Meanwhile, I'll just add into this. So yes, there are many ways to launch a token, right? And I'm sure you're here because you're veterans and you've seen so many ways how tokens can be launched. And a lot of teams, they just launch a token and then they put a lot of hope that it will get picked up, and things will happen, and then the right things will happen, and the early buyers won't sell, and they will be very careful with the chart and all of that stuff. Now, that in 98 or 97%, or maybe even 99% of the cases, that is not the case. And early buyers, snipers, they end up destroying the chart, and it's irreversible. And so what SirPT is hinting towards is a strategy for the team to secure enough supply before everyone else gets in. And then as an investor, if you know that this is happening, you just need to make sure that the team is trusted. You just need to understand what those wallets are, and you can watch those wallets. Once these wallets start unloading, okay, the team is not trusted anymore. But as long as those wallets actually hold the chart together, then that's a very super bullish scenario. And so that's what SirPT is talking about. Are you back? He is not back. Okay. Well, essentially, the ethos was exactly that. He wanted to do a fair launch where things can, things are not going to break. Let me just see where he's at, because he should definitely talk about this, because I'm just a spectator. No, we cannot hear you. Yeah. So I'm just going to tune into some music until he's back, and then we can continue, okay? Just stay tuned for a second. Okay, so he's back, he says. Let's see. Yes, you should be able to speak. Hello. Okay, perfect. Yes,
Ah, man.
please, the floor is yours.
Well, could you remind me where my connection cut off? Because I went.
Well, I was trying to kind of fill in the blanks, but I'm not sure if I did a good job. So we were talking about your launch ethos and why you decided to launch the way you launched without any pre-sales. And then you cut off, and then I went on speaking about how many launches fail because teams are not able to acquire enough supply, and early snipers basically break price action, and then it becomes irreversible, and then people give up. So that was kind of the context, and now you can come back
I
in.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I'll just mention that our team ethos was that if we launch a sniper project,
Yes, and you're gone again. Well, that's a pity. Okay, so I think what might be good is if that answer or that part of what he wanted to speak about, he can just fulfill in either a voice message in Telegram, or he can just write up what he wanted to speak about, and then we call it a day, because now we're at the top of our half hour, and I don't want to waste anybody's time. But I think we're good. We have described the new features that are added into the release this Friday. There's a going to be some kind of competition for a few people from the community to be able to join into the alpha testing, and then partners, a few partners, a few VCs that have participated and are helping to hold the chart together. Some of our KOLs, they will be all testing the alpha version, and then they will be sharing their findings with the community and with the team, and then little by little, more and more of the public will be pulled into testing, and then we seamlessly go from alpha testing to beta testing to productive release, step by step. So thanks for everybody's time. Thanks for showing up. Hey, CRG, I just saw you tuned in at some point. Lovely to have you. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Safe Visions. Communicate with the spirit world.